Good morning, everyone. Marlene here again, Snow Gardener 307. Today we're going to talk about gifts, and we're going to talk about gifts on a budget. I know a lot of people's budgets have been affected, and so I love to make homemade gifts. You're going to watch me make some homemade gifts today out of items I already had, and the book that you see me tearing the cover off of, this was from the recycling center. So our recycling center allows us to go and collect anything that we want. I went and stocked up on a bunch of books. So what I'm doing right here with the knife is I am just getting rid of any of the cover that is stuck to the binding there, to the edge. And so you can just scrape that off, and you just want a nice clean edge. You don't want any glue or anything. Then I decided to pull some spray paint out of the cupboard that I already had. So I pulled out a gray because I just thought it would be really pretty. And I also had a green, so I did a green. Very, very light coat of spray paint on the two of those. You could make them as bright or as dark as you wanted. Next, I got out some stamps and I decided to start stamping. I have multiple sets of stamps, so these are things that I did not have to buy. And on this book, I am just going to stamp Mary. I know that it's backwards, and of course I'm new at this video editing thing, so I'm not sure how to fix it. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the second book, and I'm going to go ahead and get it stamped. All of these are just ideas that I come up with as I'm making them. My kitchen table, my dining room table, as I should say, just becomes a disaster as I work through making all of these projects. And of course, when you are stamping, it doesn't matter if they're exactly in line. As you can tell, I'm actually stamping these when they're facing you guys, so it was a little bit tougher. Next, I grabbed some ribbon. We want to be able to stack these. Now, the future books that I made, I decided to go ahead and glue them together so they wouldn't move as much, just so you guys know. So I did hot glue the two books or the three books together. And of course, with hot glue, I know all of us have burnt our fingers, so I have learned a trick of grabbing a knife. I usually have these little knives around that just sit in my crafts, and so I use that so I'm not burning my fingers quite as bad. I'm just wrapping the ribbon around, and I liked this plaid ribbon with the green book. Again, just tacking that down so that it stays where it's at. This ribbon also has the gold edge on it, so I decided to get some bells out of my stockpile of craft stuff. And we're going to go with a green ribbon, a thinner ribbon that again was already in my tote of craft stuff. Again, just like Christmas, I am a collector with craft stuff as well, so I've got quite a collection over the years. And it's really hard to tie a knot, apparently, while you're recording yourself. It's like pressure, so I had a tough time there. I'm just going to trim that up. Next, I'm going to get ready to make a bow to go on the top of it. I am not a great bow maker, but I did learn a trick years ago about taking two pieces of ribbon. You want a longer piece and a shorter piece. Then you're going to fold them both in half. And these ribbons, just so you know, they are wired, so it makes it easier to do. Then I just stack the two of them together, and you're going to want to use some wire. Now, of course, I didn't know where my wire was, but I had a whole bunch of Christmas hooks around, so I just used a Christmas hook. That is all that is. I just straightened it out, and I'll wrap it around. Then I fluff up the ribbon and get it all ready to go, make it look pretty. And then, of course, we need to come up with a center for the ribbon. And you can do lots of different things for the center of the ribbon. I could have cut some of the plaid to make it as the center, but I decided with this plaid that the green would be a good choice. And of course, it goes great with it, and I only have to use a tiny bit. Again, just using that hot glue gun. It's amazing what one can accomplish with a hot glue gun. Then, as I finish this ribbon up here, I wanted to point out my sweatshirt that I'm wearing there. Just so you guys know, if you can't read backwards, that says Small Town Girl, Wyoming. For those of you guys that haven't watched my other videos, I do live in a very small town in Wyoming. All right, so we're going to add some tails for the ribbon. We're going to actually just scrunch those together and tack those onto the book itself. Again, there's my handy dandy knife so that I don't end up burning my fingers, even though, of course, I can tell you guys, anytime I do a crafting project with a hot glue gun, it seems like I always burn my fingers. And I'm going to go ahead and tack those down, fold those down, and I did put a little bit of glue for that piece of the ribbon right there because I wanted to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and put the bow on and get this book finished up for you guys. You can see it really didn't take much time at all. going to add some bells. I just thought they would be cute to add a few bells here and there. And then, of course, put one there as well. And that is our finished project. Super easy, inexpensive. Okay, here we are. Here's our finished products. I created, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. So I'll show them all to you guys. This one is very, very simple. It says Joy, Merry Christmas, Noel, and it's got a cute little truck on it with a bottle brush. I picked these up at the Family Dollar. They were a set of 6 for $1. So what is that? 6 divided by $1? Not much, right? And then I've got this one right here that says Merry Christmas 2020. This gold right here is from the thrift store, so that's another expense. The ribbon I already had in my drawer. And then let's move on to this one. Let's scoot this one back. These were great books. They were computer books, class books. So it says Joyful, Blessed, and Merry. And up here, of course, this right here from the thrift store as well. Already had the ribbon. So we've got thrift store, and a dollar store, 6 for $1. Okay. Then we've got these two right here. Let me do this one first. This one just says Merry Christmas, and it just has the green ribbon on it. It's quite flashy and quite bright. Let me move this one off of this other one. Then, ooh, got a little close there. This one right here says Joy on it. I spray painted the top and the bottom book with spray paint that I already had in my cupboard. And then I already had this snow right here that I just glued on there. I've got some twine here, and then snowflake already had, so didn't spin anything. The bad thing about the twine, just so you guys know, is it makes it rock back and forth because I had to knot it pretty good so it wouldn't come loose. So not sure about that. And this one right here, let me move it around a little bit, says Merry Christmas. And we've got that buffalo plaid. Again, there's a little truck, 6 for $1, so spent that. I did pick this up at the Family Dollar for $1, so there's $1 that we're in on that. However, I still have enough to do at least one more project. And then we've got this book right here, says Merry Christmas. And of course, I did spray paint this book green right here, just spray painted the edge of it, stamped that on. Already had all of the ribbon and the little bells. This is the one that you guys watch me in fast motion do. And then this back one right here says Merry Christmas. Spray painted that middle book gray. And I wanted to keep this one really simple as well. Use some baker's twine. And I don't know if you guys recognize that cinnamon stick and the star and the berries, but those were all from the thrift store as well. So now I've got 8 gifts, and for the stuff that I already had and what I spent, let's see, we've got $1. Even if we used all of the trucks, that would be $2. And even if we used everything from the dollar or from the thrift store, that would put us at $5 for all of these because I already had everything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video about making homemade gifts on a budget, because we all know that budgeting sometimes is hard. So thank you guys for watching my video. I look forward to seeing you guys again. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're notified when a new video posts. Thank you guys and have a great night.